Capricorn, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Capricorn love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Capricorn tarot reading for you. Now, let's get on with this Capricorn love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at how your romantic person of interest really feels about you as we move through October 2022. Then we're going to take a look at what they're really thinking about you and what their intentions are toward you moving through October. But you know how people are. What we intend to do, what we actually end up doing, sometimes don't match. So we're also going to take a look at what this person's most likely actions are going to be toward you as we move through October. Then I'm going to finish the reading off by getting you some advice, Capricorn, on how to navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with this person of interest in October. That way you know what to do moving forward from here. So let's get started on this Capricorn love reading by getting 3 cards for how does Capricorn's romantic person of interest really feel about Capricorn moving through October 2022, please. Let's get 3 cards. Okay. This one's screaming at me too. Okay, that was there. On the bottom of the deck, this is energy that's underlying this person's feelings for you. We have the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. This can be the sword you would use to make a decision with. Like the word decision, the Latin word that word comes from, literally means to cut off. Like to cut off all other options until you only have one option left. And that is how you make an actual decision. This can't even be the sword sometimes that would be used to sever a connection or a relationship, although I don't necessarily feel that's what's going on here. I think this is looking for some clarity. This can also, swords are about thoughts too, and communication. So this could be like a new thought that your person is having, trying to come up with a new idea potentially. For this Empress energy underlying that Ace of Swords, this is the mother of the tarot deck. This is a very nurturing, creative, abundant, prosperous energy. The Empress is perpetually pregnant, so she's always giving birth to something. So for me, she usually represents the birth of something new. When someone's trying to manifest something and they decide what they want consciously, and then they plant those seeds into the unconscious mind, that's how you project into the universe. And then the universe mirrors back to you what you're putting out, and that gets birthed into the physical 3D reality via the Empress energy. So this is like trying to come up with an idea on how to birth a connection with you, underlying their feelings, trying to come up with an idea on how to rebirth a connection, how to birth something new. Probably with you, Capricorn. I've got the Devil under that. That's your major arcana card. Now, sometimes this can be a heavy toxic energy. It can be obsession. It can be an addiction. It can be a feeling of being trapped by something, feeling like bound to something, feeling like they can't escape something, possibly can't escape this idea that they have here about birthing something new with you. This can also represent like a very powerful attraction between the two of you, or that this person feels for you, almost like they can't escape the pull of the connection. These are the same 2 people from the Lovers card, but here they've got chains around their neck. They're chained to this podium that the Devil sits on. They're also chained together though, but they've been in this toxicity kind of an energy for so long, it's changing them. They're growing horns, they're growing tails. So there's something underlying the surface of this person's feelings, possibly something heavy in the way of being able to birth something with you. I'm feeling like this is representing the power of this connection that they feel for you, because under that I have the 6 of Cups. Now this is Scorpio energy. This is a card about the past. It's like thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the 2 of you. This also represents a very deep emotional connection, can be soulmate level energy here. We are also in Mercury retrograde. The last time I looked, there's like 5 planets or so, maybe 6 in retrograde right now. Retrogrades are about the past, stuff from the past coming back. So this could represent like past life connection that you have with this person. This could represent a soul contract where you're supposed to be together. You're kind of bound together. This could represent someone from the past making a comeback here, or your person underlying their feelings, having a lot of feelings about the past and the depth of this connection with you. Now, in their actual feelings that came out for you, Capricorn, we have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Okay. We already see an ace here. I've got another ace. Aces are opportunities. They're new beginnings. An idea about birthing something with you. This Two of Cups is Cancer energy. This is a love connection that your person feels for you. This is I breathe you in, you breathe me in. We're connected. But it is a two. And in tarot, twos represent needing to make some sort of a choice. So this could be some sort of a choice in the love connection. They're definitely feeling the love connection. I've got a card here, like the sword you would use to make a decision with. There's some decision that needs made in this love connection here, probably in order to birth something new with you, or to rebirth something with you. Definitely feeling a love connection. And it's Ace of Cups is next. This is a new beginning in love and emotions. It's an opportunity for emotional happiness, emotional fulfillment. Like the cup is running over here. We're going backwards though, from the 2 to the 1. I'm wondering what that is about. I'm thinking this will make a little bit more sense as we go. There's definitely something in the way of you guys being together and having this birth of something new. I've got the Five of Pentacles next, which is Taurus energy. This is a card of abandonment. It's about being abandoned, cast aside, left out in the cold. A lot of times this would be a breakup card. Now this can also represent financial problems, like financial devastation, some sort of a massive financial loss, financial hardships of some kind. Maybe that is the thing that's in the way here. There's definitely something in the way, because the final card in their feelings for you, Capricorn, is the Chariot. This is Cancer's major arcana card. I've got 2 Cancer cards out here. I've got a Taurus card out here. We saw this Empress energy, which can represent Taurus or Libra. A little bit of Capricorn again, a little bit of Scorpio again. You could be dealing with any of those signs. You could literally be dealing with any sign. This is a general collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down exactly who you are dealing with, because I'm tapping into the collective energy of a large group of Capricorn people that I'm responsible for getting messages for. I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person in this reading. So you could be dealing with any sign, but this Chariot is the Cancer major arcana card. This is a card about using their will to move forward past any problems or challenges or obstacles or roadblocks that are in the way. It's getting past all those problems and challenges through sheer will alone, and then moving forward very quickly in success and victory. What this is feeling like to me is your person is looking for a new idea. Underlying their feelings is a new idea about birthing something new with you, and feeling the depth of this connection, But this going backwards from the 2 to the 1 is feeling like you're not actually physically together. You're not actually physically together. There's some sort of a separation between the two of you, some roadblock in the way, possibly financially related. And they're feeling like we can get past this. We just got to use our will to do it. We got to stay in alignment to do it. Like there's no reins connecting the driver to the beast that pulled this. He uses sheer will alone to power this, to steer it. So if the driver is in alignment, this is the fastest energy in the deck. It's like a bullet coming out of a gun fast in terms of how fast this moves forward. If the driver is not in alignment, or if they feel like you aren't in alignment, maybe you are the driver of the Chariot in their feelings here. Either way that goes, if the driver's not in alignment, this thing ain't going to move. It's every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man, just like stuck right where it's at. Or worse yet, if it does move forward out of alignment, the dark side will pull one way, the shadow side, the light side will pull another way, and it'll kind of tear itself in two as it moves forward, which is potentially a problem that we're seeing here, because we are going from 2 to 1, And then there is a card of abandonment here. So at the same time that this person is feeling like birthing something new and feeling the depth and power of this connection, they may be feeling like they're financially not good enough, or that there's some sort of a financial problem in the way that we can overcome as long as we stay in alignment. If we don't stay in alignment, I think they're feeling like maybe this could go backwards suddenly. Let's take a look at what this person is thinking about you in October 2022, Capricorn. What does this person really think about Capricorn in October 2022, please? Okay. Time out. Okay, got that one. And that one. Get back in there. And this one. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, underlying this person's thinking about you, Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles. This is a Capricorn energy right here. This is a grounded, stable, nurturing energy. This would be like a mother figure or a wife figure, or like the person that I'm building my life with figure. The Queen of Pentacles is about stability. She's also one half of the equation that creates that 10 of Pentacles that we all want. She works together as equals with the King of Pentacles. They build and manage the 10 of Pentacles, which would be maximum stability and abundance and prosperity. It would be the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources into one, like combining lives together, building a physical reality life together. So they think about you in that sense. Definitely about combining you together here. The Temperance card is Sagittarius Major Arcana energy. This is a card of patience. So again, this is telling me that you guys probably aren't combined together, and they're thinking about being patient in order to do that. But this is also a card about blending things together, doing it little bits at a time, not being in a hurry, not being in a rush, but being willing to make adjustments as you move along. In tarot, water and cups represent love and emotions, and in this card, the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups. I saw that here in the feelings. We're going backwards from the connection from the 2 to the 1. So I'm feeling a separation between the two of you, and it's probably a physical separation, possibly geographic distance, not being in the same place together, even though there is an emotional connection. But in this card, the angel is taking this love that's been separated into two different cups, and she's recombining it back together. So this can be reconciliation energy. If there was a breakup between the two of you, they're thinking about reconciling with you, blending lives together with you. Page of Pentacles right under that. Pages are messengers, so this would be news and messages and communications about some physical, practical, tangible opportunity. For me, most of the time, this card represents planning for the future. Planning for the future with this Knight of Swords right under that. Knights are action takers. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. It's about rushing forward and speaking the truth on something, rushing forward, taking some rapid, decisive action on something. Planning for a future where action can be taken and this can move forward with you. Again, I've got two incredibly fast energies. This is the fastest energy in the deck. This is the third fastest energy in the deck. So there's a little bit of a conflict here in that this is about patience, and then I've got two cards that are super fast moving. You can't really be patient and want things to move fast at the same time. So there is somewhat of a conflict in this person's thinking here. In the thoughts about you that actually came out, we have the Hermit, the Five of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Moon, and the Wheel of Fortune. We've got a lot of major arcana energy in this person's thinking related to you, Capricorn. That's very powerful, very significant energy. This Hermit card is the Virgo major arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal or isolation. This can represent communication not being the same. It could just be that you guys are isolated from each other, possibly physically. This is also a card about being forced to go inside themselves and do some soul searching, do some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation, trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. The Hermit, the focus in that trying to figure out how to move forward is directed inside themselves. So this person is looking at themselves here, trying to shine their inner light down in the shadows of themselves to see what is it about me that I could adjust that would allow this to move forward. Possibly looking at the connection itself between the two of you and how can I adjust things to get this connection moving forward. Next in their thinking about you is the Five of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. Fives are conflict. This is a conflict in their thinking, which I just told you that I saw here with this idea of being patient and doing it little bits at a time, and then this idea of like rushing forward very quickly and decisively. This is a conflict in their thinking. It can sometimes represent a conflict in communicating, like an argument, a fight, bitter words being spoken, something like that. This can also represent a betrayal in some cases, although I don't see anything out here that would indicate that. But at its core, this card is really about a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. Something causing mental pain, which can definitely put you in hermit mode. The Hermit card is not a choice. Like, no one voluntarily chooses to go into hermit mode. Something happens and it forces a person into hermit mode. What usually causes the Hermit to happen is like death or the Tower or the Ten of Swords or the Five of Swords. And we've got the Five of Swords laying right next to it, and directly above the Five of Swords is this Ace of Cups. This whole concept of like the two of us having this powerful emotional connection but not actually being together at the same place at the same time. That seems like it's causing mental and psychological pain for your person. Probably why they're searching their soul, trying to figure out what can I adjust about me to get this moving forward. Next in their thinking about you, we have the Page of Cups. Again, pages are messengers. Cups are about love and emotion. So this would be news and messages and communications that this person is having with you about love and emotions, or thinking about communicating love and emotions to you. This would be like the expressing of feelings or the early stages of a love offer. This could represent an apology of some kind. I do have the Five of Pentacles setting directly above it. This could be a breakup that happened and them apologizing or expressing feelings. This could be some sort of a financial problem that's happening and your person expressing feelings to you about that. Maybe even apologizing if the financial problem is theirs, apologizing that their financial problem is probably one of the barriers in the way that's stopping this from moving forward as quickly as you would like it to see, or that they would like it to see. The next card in your person's thinking is the Moon. This is Pisces Major Arcana energy. This is fear, worry, anxiety. This can represent uncertainty. Like when the moon's out, it's dark out and it's really hard to see your path moving forward from here. And that can cause uncertainty. And that uncertainty can cause some anxiety and some fear and some worry. Am I on the right path? Am I moving down the right path? Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? Am I still on the path I'm supposed to be on? And then having all that worry and anxiety about it. And having some desire to move past all of that, to keep moving forward anyway, even though I can't see my full path in front of me, having this desire to continue forward. Now, this can also represent something being hidden in the dark, as in something that your person can't see. They're thinking about it and they have some sort of a gap where they can't see what to do moving forward here, and they could be communicating with you about that. Could just represent fear and worry and anxiety about uncertainty here. Definitely going through something painful in their thinking. The final card in your person's thoughts about you for October 2022 is the Wheel of Fortune. In terms of zodiac signs, this would represent the 4 fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. This card can represent divine timing, as in what's supposed to happen is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. There's really nothing that can be done to speed it up. That could be something your person's worrying about, like the timing that this is taking. They're wanting to see fast action, not necessarily getting fast action is what it feels like. This can also represent the wheel of fate or the wheel of destiny, so a fated event. This can represent a change in the luck and fortune. So if things have been going bad where you're not together, this could represent that wheel turning the other way, and now things can suddenly start to move forward, like the luck changes here. It could also represent the opposite. If things have been going great, this could be a change in the luck and fortune to where it starts to go bad suddenly, or maybe your person is fearing that wheel spinning and things starting to go bad. For me, most of the time, this represents like the universe turning that wheel in the background, making sure things line up the way they're supposed to, so that what's supposed to happen actually happens. And that's usually the meaning for this card for me. It's like, what's supposed to happen is going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to change it. And it's going to happen when it's supposed to. So there's nothing that can really be done to speed it up. That could be part of what your person is having mental pain and psychological pain about. It could be the fact that you guys are not actually fully together the way they want to see it. Trying to turn the wheel the other way so that we're not uncertain about the path moving forward and we're actually moving down the path together. It's also possible that there was some sort of financial change, some change in the luck and fortune of the finances, the physical resources and assets. So it can be any of those things. So again, collective general reading, take that however it resonates for you. But now we've looked at your person's feelings about you, their thoughts about you. Let's take a look at what this person's intentions are toward you as we move through October 2022. What are this person's intentions toward Capricorn as we move through October 2022, please? What are their intentions toward Capricorn? All right. Make sure nothing else flipped here. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, underlying this person's intentions toward you, there's that Ace of Swords again we saw on the bottom of the deck when I looked at their feelings. This is like a new idea coming to them, some new opportunity for an idea, some new communication. It can be the Sword of Victory. I see the fastest energy in the deck, and at its core, it's about moving past obstacles and challenges and moving forward in success and victory. It's just possible they don't see the idea yet. It's possible that it hasn't been revealed to them yet. But they're intending to get this idea, to get this ability to make some sort of a decision here. The Empress, again, it's about birthing something with you. Yeah, definitely with you. There's that Capricorn Major Arcana energy. It could also be some sort of an obsession the person is having with being able to make a decision to birth something with you, or being able to get the clarity on how to birth something with you. Just definitely a very powerful love connection. That's it. We've got this Page of Swords under that. This is news and messages and communications, but it's also an energy of someone who's trying to learn something, trying to figure something out, trying to come up with an idea here in order to be able to birth something with Capricorn. That's underlying their intentions. In their actual intentions that came out, we have the Six of Cups again, the Page of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. Again, this is the card of the past, thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. Powerful, deep emotional connection, soulmate level energy, can again represent past life connections, can represent like this is what I agreed to before I came here into the physical 3D reality, is to be with this person. This can represent trying to bring the past back, trying to get a person from the past back, or them intending to come back to you in some way. Searching their soul for how to do that, because the Hermit is right above it. What can I adjust about myself to make this happen so that we can get this connection and actually be together here? Next in their intentions toward you, we have the Page of Wands. Again, pages are messengers, news, messages, communications about passion and desire. Passionate messages being exchanged, passionate communications, expressing their desire probably to be with you. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool. The Fool is about taking that blind leap of faith. It's about saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go for it. I don't need to know what all the steps are before I take the first step. I don't need to know what the final outcome or the end result is going to be before I take the first step. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to leap off the cliff, throw caution to the wind, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll worry about figuring this out as I move along. This is a much more toned down version of that energy, though. This is more about having the willingness to take the very first steps down a path towards something there's passion and desire for. Definitely passion and desire about this connection, about you in particular, and birthing something with you. Intending to figure out how to do that, and intending to have the willingness to take the first step down that path toward actually being together. I think this is coming in as part of the problem, though. This Two of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. So they're definitely having the willingness, like the way it's laid on the table, is having the willingness to take the first steps down the path that leads them to Capricorn. But this is a card of balance, but it's more about like trying to maintain their balance or try to get their balance back once their balance has been thrown off. This can be a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of an energy. It can also represent the emotions are out of balance because the water in the background is all wavy and rough and choppy. So this can be emotionally off balance in some way. This is also a 2, which represents a choice, a decision in the physical reality here. It's like weighing two different options and going back and forth, like looking at the pros and cons and trying to make a decision. And it's usually a decision about two opposite things where you can't have both. Like you can't turn left and right at the same time. You actually have to pick one. Or you're going to be like the Chariot and go in two different directions and tear themselves in half. So this is like going back and forth, like do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Can we take these first steps down the path and actually be together? Or can't we? Is there something in the way here? We have the mental and psychological pain that they're feeling as they think about this. In this same column of cards, directly above this is that Page of Cups, like the communicating about emotions and expressing emotions. But then we've also got another Pentacle card of things being financially not stable, like some sort of a breakup, some sort of an abandonment. It could be like, will they take me back? Won't they take me back? This could also just be there was some financial problem in the way and them trying to regain their balance from some financial problem. If they have the willingness to take the first step in your direction, it's just something is still not fully balanced yet in the physical reality. The final card in their intentions is the Page of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. We've seen that Knight of Swords, fastest knight in the deck. We've seen this Chariot, fastest energy in the whole deck, period. The Knight of Pentacles is like very slow forward movement. It's like methodical. It's like one step at a time, 1 foot in front of the other, not skipping any steps, not being in a big hurry or being in a big rush. It's about doing things nice and slow, which can be a positive and a negative at the same time. Like the positive aspect of that is this person doesn't get in a hurry. They don't rush through things and make a whole bunch of mistakes because they're trying to move too quickly on something. The negative side to this is it usually is a very frustrating energy. It usually tells me that someone is wanting to see this chariot speed, this like light speed type movement. And what they're getting is this snail's pace instead. And a lot of times this can feel an awful lot like the Hanged Man, especially when you can't see what's in front of you, when you have uncertainty about whether this is even moving or not, whether or not we can, uncertainty and fear and worry about whether we can get this move past the obstacles and move forward very quickly. This usually tells me that someone is feeling frustrated because progress isn't happening the way they would like to see it, and it can even feel like no progress is happening at all, although it actually is. This knight is forward moving energy. It's just very slow. So this could be that your person is off balance with something and they're intending to move forward slow. This could be saying, hey, I want to be with you. I've got the intentions of taking the steps in your direction. Something is out of balance yet, and I'm making slow, steady progress on getting my balance back. in terms of finances even. Can be that. That's their intentions anyway. Now, we both know what a person intends to do, what they actually follow through with and end up doing sometimes don't match very well. So let's take a look at what this person's most likely actions are going to be toward you as we move through October 2022. What are this person's most likely actions going to be toward Capricorn moving through October 2022, please? Normally I get 3 cards for each of these questions, and I've gotten 4, 5, and 4, and I just got 4 again. So there's a lot going on for your person here. A lot going on for your person. Okay. That came first. Thank you. All right. On the bottom of the deck, underlying this person's most likely actions toward you, there you are again, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Like I said, this is stable, abundant, prosperous, nurturing energy. This would be like a mother figure, a wife figure, a fiance, the person that I live with, that I'm trying to build my world around. Absent from this energy is the King of Pentacles, the other half of the equation that would work together as equals to build the Ten of Pentacles, the combining together of lives. I'm also missing the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles can also be like wealth and abundance and massive levels of prosperity. And what I have up here in their feelings is half of that. It's like financial loss, financial hardship, some sort of financial turmoil that's probably got things slightly out of balance and uncertain, and a certain level of fear, worry, and anxiety and mental anguish attached to that. The only card out here that doesn't have anything above it or below it is the Wheel of Fortune, which again is like, dude, this is what's supposed to happen. Things are going the way they're supposed to go. It's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out when it's supposed to do that. And there's really nothing that can be done. That's what that feels like to me. It also feels like that this connection, at least in terms of how your person thinks about it, is what's supposed to happen. They're supposed to be with you. They're supposed to be in this. This is like soulmate or past life type connection here. They're supposed to be with you. And the problem is the thing that they're hung up about and feeling pain about and searching their soul about and worrying about is the fact that we're not actually together yet. Again, can be divine timing, which I know, not the most pleasant thing to hear. If I remember correctly, the last Capricorn reading I did, the title was something along the lines of you can shove patience right up your ass. And I saw the Temperance card a couple of times, patience. I've got this very slow moving knight, which would be like forced patience. I've got another card out here that goes right in line with that. Yeah, right under this Queen of Pentacles is that Temperance card, patience. Blending things together little bits at a time, doing like one step at a time here. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but right under that Knight of Pentacles is the Strength card. This is the Leo Major Arcana card. This is about going through some difficult situation and having to dig down deep inside themselves and tap into their internal strength, having to have the courage to go down deep inside themselves to find that strength, to find whatever might be in the way that they could adjust to get past it. But this can also be an energy of trying to rein themselves in, trying to hold themselves back, trying to tame that beast inside themselves so that they don't move forward too fast and, make some kind of rash, hasty decision that ends up being a mistake. They don't want to make a mistake and mess anything up. This card in combination with this card and this card all together, to me, is screaming forced patience. In other words, being forced to be patient about something when they don't want to be. And the Wheel of Fortune out here, divine timing. This is definitely a situation where something's in the way. There's this intense need to move past it, the will to move past it, the desire to take the first steps to balance it all out and move it forward a lot quicker than it's happening. And they're being forced to be patient in terms of combining the two of you together. Like, we're going from this one cup to the two cups here, or the two cups back to the one cup. This is recombining it all back together. and having to be patient when they don't want to be. Another card that would indicate that, in their actual most likely actions, we got the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and Strength. So the Knight of Swords, again, fastest knight in the deck. Very stark contrast to the speed that they're actually seeing. This is your person very likely to rush forward and take some rapid, decisive action moving in your direction. But then this Ten of Swords is concerning. This is Gemini energy. Tens are completion. So this is an ending to something. This is sometimes a swift, painful ending. Sometimes this is an ending that you don't see coming, hence the swords being in the person's back. Sometimes this can represent an ending in betrayal. In this same column of cards, I have that Five of Swords, which can also sometimes indicate a betrayal. I don't see any real thing out here that makes me think that. There is a potential breakup, but that's feeling more like financial problem. This could be your person putting an ending to this forced patience concept, trying to move this forward quickly and put an ending to the forced patience. You can see in this card, the sky is black, like this is a dark time where you're not together and they're being forced to be patient. But that darkness is lifting, exposing the water and the horizon and the skyline here. So this would represent like the dark period coming to an end, and that starting to lift here, and then having the dawn of a new day. So that could be a good thing. This Seven of Swords got several meanings. This is Aquarius energy here. Sometimes this is lying, cheating, deceptive behavior, sneaking around behind your back, doing things they're not supposed to be trying to get away with. I don't feel like that's the case, though. I don't have anything out here that says that. That's not what this energy has told me the entire time. So another meaning to this can be self-preservation, like not wanting to be hurt. The reason the dude is stealing the swords is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. Doesn't want those swords used against him to inflict pain upon him. So it's like trying to preserve yourself. Notice he's stealing 5 swords, and this 5 of Swords is already out here. The mental, psychologically painful situation or event. This can also be an energy of leaving that behind. He can only carry 5 swords. He's got to leave 2 swords behind. Like putting an end to this forced patience, leaving that behind. We've seen the Ace of Swords with the Empress a couple of times. That new idea to birth something, looking for clarity on a way to birth something, making a decision that can birth something with you. This card can also represent strategy, coming up with a strategy, like a clever strategy to get what it is that they want. And the final card in their most likely actions, we already covered it. It's that Strength card, Leo Major Arcana, like trying to tame that beast inside themselves, trying to not move too fast and make some kind of mistake, trying to have a new strategy that won't be a mistake so that things can move forward. But again, it's like right above that with the Knight of Pentacles, that's like forced patience. And that looks like another place that this fear, worry, anxiety, uncertainty is coming from, because they don't want it to be patient anymore. They want what's supposed to happen. And again, all these cards are directly connected to the moon, all divine timing, another way to say, just be patient. And that's not what they want. They want forward movement, like as fast as humanly possible. That's your person for October 2022, Capricorn. Let's get you some advice on how to navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with this person as we move through October. What should you do? What should you not do? How should you play this so that it works out in the way that's best for you? That way you know what to do moving forward from here. Let's get 3 cards of advice for Capricorn on how to navigate the situation with this person. Okay. Got one flip. It's funny, when I was shuffling, the very first card that I saw flip, it flipped over and showed itself to me and then went back face down again. It was that Chariot that's already out here in your person's energy, which again is telling me fast forward movement. But it didn't come out. On the bottom of the deck, underlying your advice, Capricorn, The High Priestess. Major Arcana energy. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but all three of your advice cards are also Major Arcana. So this is very powerful energy that's affecting you here. Very powerful energy. We have a lot more, we all have free will, and we have a lot more ability to exercise our free will over these minor arcana energies. When it comes to the major arcanas, we can influence things somewhat, but we don't have as much ability to control everything. The High Priestess. This is she who knows. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she has access to all the information, everything. She sees everything. She knows everything. The problem with her is she doesn't always tell us everything. Sometimes there's stuff that we're just not meant to know as humans. Sometimes there's stuff we don't need to know until it's time for us to know, at which point she clues us in through our intuition, through gut feelings, signs, synchronicities, dreams that have messages in them. Just that, you ever have something happen where you know something and you don't really have any way of knowing it, you just know it and you don't even know how you know it? That's the High Priestess energy here. This is the connection to, this is your unconscious mind. It's your connection to source, to spirit. It's how you project what you want into the universe, and the universe mirrors it back to you via the Empress energy that we've seen a couple of times here. This in a love reading can also represent a very powerful connection between two people. She is the divine feminine of the tarot deck. So she not only represents the unconscious is where the emotions come from. So she is the source of all emotions, all love, all the water in the entire tarot deck. So this can represent a connection that is deeper than just something physical. It's deeper than just something emotional. It could be like a spiritual type connection, a very deep connection. I saw that here in your person's intentions. This can be soulmate level energy. I've got the Two of Cups out here. I've seen the Devil a couple of times. Like, that can be like being bound to each other. Can't escape it. It's so powerful. Right under that, we have the Seven of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a card of being defensive, but it's more about defending your position on something, defending your stance on something, being willing to fight for what you believe in. Maybe the power of this connection, being able to fight for what it is that you want, fight for the connection itself, almost like being guided to fight for it. King of Pentacles. Okie dokie. Now we've got the counterpart here. Your person, this is a Capricorn card. They've been seeing, this has been showing up in their energy as how they see you, how they view you, how they think about you, represent you. This is the counterpart to that. Whenever you get the King and the Queen of Pentacles, this is two cards that are supposed to be together, which usually represents two people that are supposed to be together. This is like power couple. Again, these two work together as equals to build the Ten of Pentacles, like the combining together of lives, building lives together, building your life around each other. This is also, in terms of a person, it would represent like a business owner or an independent contractor or a freelancer or someone that has a high level of authority in a business, like a managerial role or something like that. It's usually someone who has their finances together, has their assets and resources together. Also, like, this would represent like a wife figure and a husband figure. I don't see you guys being physically together. I don't see the Ten of Pentacles out here. I don't think you live together, but that's what these cards would be. Like, and minus that Ten of Pentacles that I don't see, or even the Three of Pentacles where you're working together physically to build that. I don't feel like you are physically together, even though you probably are supposed to be. And I think you probably feel that you're supposed to be with this person. Your person definitely thinks that you're supposed to be together. I just don't think it's actually happened yet. I've got the Hierophant right under this King of Pentacles. This is a Taurus energy, commitment, taking things to the next level, going up one level from where you're at. This is also a marriage card. Knight of Swords. That's that Knight of Swords that's in your person's most likely action. Fastest knight in the deck. You want this to move a lot faster too. You want to take rapid, decisive action on this too. And I think the fact that it's not is a burden to you. It's Sagittarius energy, 10 of Wands, a heavy burden that you're being carried related to action taking on this, related to the Chariot, which again is out here in your person's energy, fastest energy in the deck. Overcoming obstacles and challenges, moving forward very quickly in success and victory. That's what you're wanting to see. There's that Ace of Cups that's also out here in your person's feelings about you. It's like this is wanting to combine the two of you into one cup. Feeling guided to do that, to fight for it. I still can't shake the feeling because I've got the King of Pentacles here and this Five of Pentacles, that your person might be having some sort of a financial problem, or you might be having some sort of a financial problem, and that could actually be part of what's in the way of combining the two of you together. That's all underlying your advice, the actual advice that came out for you. The World, Strength, and the Emperor. Very interesting. The World, in terms of zodiac signs, is just like this Wheel of Fortune. It represents the 4 fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. This is the final card of the major arcana. It represents completions of cycles, and at the same time, the beginning of a beautiful new cycle. There's definitely something preventing you guys from physically being together. And this is like the ending of a cycle and the beginning of the cycle where you can be together. This is also a card of travel, like traveling across the world, traveling over great distances. So again, I'm getting that feeling again that there's some physical distance between the two of you. Not emotional distance, not like a wall between you emotionally, but there's something physical keeping you apart. It might be geographic distance. But I think in order to end that cycle of being apart and start the new cycle where you're not apart anymore, is going to require strength. This is the Leo Major Arcana card. We see this out here as the final card in your person's most likely action. So there's a lot of matching cards between the two of you, a lot of matching energy. This feels like mirroring big time. Again, this is a difficult situation for both of you to get through, and you're both being required to dig down deep inside yourself and tap into all your internal strength in order to be able to make it through this. You definitely can make it through this because I've got 2 cards that indicate the cycle that you're going through is going to come to an end and a new cycle is going to begin. It's just it's not moving as fast as you want to see it. And again, this is feeling like forced patience again. Being forced to rein yourself in, hold yourself back, not move forward too quickly. It's like not making any kind of a mistake here, just like reining yourself in and being patient when you probably don't want to be. But the final card in your advice is the Emperor. This is Aries Major Arcana energy. This is an energy of taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation, putting together a plan to get what it is that you want. This is a master manifester kind of an energy. It's not as potent as the Magician, but it's still way up there. This will be putting together a plan to get what you want and then executing that plan to get what you want, taking control of a situation. Like the Emperor isn't someone who takes no for an answer. Again, this is feeling like struggling to maintain control of yourself because things aren't going quickly enough for you. But this is also an energy that feels like what it's saying is like, hey, if you want this cycle to come to an end, dig down, tap into your internal strength, and take control of whatever situation you know is in the way. You have the ability to fight for this. I can't shake the feeling that the thing that's in the way is financial based, like physical reality based. It might be assets and resources, it might be money, it might be physical geographic distance. But that's something that's in the way of this commitment between the two of you going to the next level, getting to marriage, combining lives together. It's going to require some sort of an action here to get past that burden. And apparently you have something that you can do to help control the situation. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Capricorn love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your specific situation. And I'll see you in the next video.